water leak while we were gone in the hose. This also happened last week while we were in Dumont too.
That's a lot of wires.
Holy crap, no. Good morning, guys. Welcome back up to our homestead in southern Utah. We are back from the dunes. We got back yesterday. Feels good to be back up in our property. I think it's like 50 something, a little bit change of pace from the dune weather. It was cool at night and then warm during the day, but we had a great time. The trailer is almost unpacked, probably has a little bit more to do, but now I gotta park it and everything like that until next trip. Anyway, I wanted to look at the water situation over here in our 2,500 gallons because there was like this small little water leak while we were gone in the hose. But we've had these things filled up for what, 2 weeks now? Maybe 3? So I want to see how far the level has dropped in that amount of time. There you go. Let's see what we got. I feel like it hasn't even dropped an inch. We are good to go. These things are still full. Awesome. Anyway, so today I think I'm going to wire up this generator. Just need to run a little bit of conduit for the wires, and then I think I know where everything goes. I might need some help programming it, so I'll probably call IT at the Alt E store. Lewis has been helping me out. Once that's done, that'll be all hooked up, and then that's just one less thing. I'm excited to have it just in case anything happens with the power. It'll just click on and we're good to go. We're not worrying about it kicking off in the middle of the night or waking up not having power in the middle of the winter or something. So that's like a worry when you're on solar. It's just not having power when you need it or enough power or whatever, especially when it's not sunny outside, when it's all cloudy. But anyways, let's get to work on that. See if we can get that up and running today. All right, I'm over here at the generator. I have transferred these holes that I punched out the other day over to the solar shed. And then I got my 1 1/4 inch hole saw, but I have to go through the whole thing. So I rigged up this, and I know it's kind of, but we're gonna make it work. That's all I got. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? So we're about to drill through all the way through the OSB, through the insulation, and out the other side of the OSB. That way we could put conduit through. The reason why I'm doing 2 is because the 2-wire switch, on-off and switch, it's only 18 gauge wire, which is a 1 inch conduit. It's huge for 18 gauge, but that's all I have. But they need to be in a separate conduit from the power, neutral ground and line 1, line 2. I have to have 2 separate lines. No big deal, it's just one more hole to drill. Anyway, I'm gonna put these things through here right now and start running some conduit. Well, I mean, that broke off. Oh well, I'll just touch this up with some paint. We should be fine. Holes through this solar shed, and I put a 1 inch conduit here. And I put a 1 inch conduit here. This one has the LB on it already. I just put that on as well. And then I have 1 inch all the way up to here. This is the AGS. This is what's gonna run the generator as far as the on and off switch. Now, this is the connection that goes to the generator. It is a 20 wire connection, and there's a lot of wires. This is all the labels. Anyway, after talking to tech support, the only 2 wires out of the 20 that I need are numbers 14 and 16. So those wires are gonna be routed through here, down there, into that, and then into the generator. And then there's 2 spots that they hook up, and that's gonna turn on and off, on, off. It's super simple. Some of you guys in the comments were asking why I didn't get a Generac generator. Well, they don't have a 2-wire start, and you have to wire up all of this, and I'm not an electrician and I'm not gonna do it. I spent the extra little bit of money so I don't have to worry about it, so I can do it myself. That's why I did that. Anyway, I'm gonna connect the 20 wire connection up to here and then route these 2 wires down through into the LB. I do have some extra or some longer 18 gauge, 18-2, 30 feet. This is what I need to extend these wires all the way into the generator. I mean, maybe another 10 feet, not even that, 6 feet, something like that. Anyway, so I'm gonna splice those 2 wires on there, route it down, and push it over to the generator. That way I can wire those 2 up. This one will have the number 4 wires, 1 neutral, 1 ground, and 2 hot. So let's see if we can get this done. I'll go ahead and wire these, or not wire them, just clean them up a little bit for now. I'm gonna do a little bit more than this, but I'll probably end up like cutting these off or whatever. But just to get them out of the way so I know exactly which ones I'm working with. So now I can extend these ones. I got most of the conduit done in the shed. I think I'm gonna call it a night. The sun's going down and my wife just made carne asada. So I'm gonna go hang out, eat some food, call it a night. See you guys in the morning.
The blackbird inside your chest that calls on you to cry. You decided it was time for him to fly out of the darkness and into the light, higher and higher out of sight. The whisper inside your heart tells you let go. Time to leave the past. You did what you knew. Slow down and rest.
Good morning, guys. Well, we were just inside eating breakfast, hanging out, getting ready for the day, and Charlie started freaking out at the door. He's like a little guard dog, you know? So as soon as I came and like let him out, and he started running over to the garden, and as soon as he did that, a hawk like took off out of the garden and flew away, and I'm over here, and now we have a dead hen. That was my hen, that was Hedwig. This also happened last week while we were in Dumont too. They killed Bo, which was I think was a rooster that was in our hens. Anyway, because that's part of living out here. A lot of you in the comments keep saying to let them out in range, and which we do, but like this is what happens. So we just got to keep them locked up and keep them in their coop so that this will not happen, because these guys are going to produce eggs for us, and the price of eggs right now, I'd much rather just have our own. Anyway, I'm going to take care of Hedwig here, and we're going to get to work doing some other stuff. Conduit ran. This is some wires now. Back in the solar shed, the conduit is all ran. I know this is probably not, it's supposed to have a fitting right here, but it doesn't. I don't have one, so I'm just making it work. This is 1 inch. I need 2 number 4s to go in there for the line 1, line 2 for hot, and then I have number 6s that I'm copper that I'm going to be using for the neutral and the ground, so it'll fit nicely. We're about to route these through right now and wire everything up, and hopefully have this running by the end of the day, because we got, I think a lot of clouds are coming. All right, this is the 18-2 wire coming from the AGS, the automatic generator start. I have it routed through here on the LB. I'm gonna push it through here and pull it out the other side. So this is the wire from the AGS on the other side of this wall right here, and they just go right here, number 3, number 4. This is on, off, or on, off. It's just the 2-wire switch that I was talking about that makes this thing easy to wire. All I gotta do is plug those in right there, program it, you know? But then, I mean, obviously I have to wire in that up there too, but.
Daddy's hoodie's so comfy.
Hey Lewis, hey man, it's Nick.
I have my recess time because I'm halfway done with school.
Oh, sorry. All right, I just talked to Alti, figured out exactly what I need to do. I thought I knew, but I just wanted to clarify a few things. We got 4 wires to run. I got to put in a Thunder lightning arrestor for the generator, and then we're just programming. Let's get this done.
Let's do this! Come on, Dick.
All right. number 6s. Let's go.
Double time.
Okay, can you like stay right here? I'm gonna pull this. Now that all the wires are ran, I'm gonna go ahead and just wire up this side of everything and then move on into there. But the first thing I'm doing is the 2-wire start. So I'm about to get the wires free right here and then put them right there. And then I'll move up into the breaker, do line 1, line 2, ground and neutral. And I will move into the solar shed.
That's a lot of wires.
Holy crap, man. We got 4 more coming in. I gotta put in our lightning arrestor for the generator as well. Hot.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. He doesn't even smile. He's just like, whatever, babe.
I was deep in thought trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do all this.
Here I am getting excited because you're taking your jacket off.
So this one's gonna go all the way up. I wish this tape was like a light green, not like a forest green, because it almost does look black on it.
I couldn't find it. I thought it was black. This is gonna be the neutral.
This is the neutral. Yep, white is neutral. Ground, neutral. These are my 2 hots right here. They're already red and black, so that I can put them up in there. When I was talking to the engineer, I sent him a picture of my panel, and he was saying that I needed to ground my neutral bar, which has never been ground. I guess it needed to be done. I got no issues so far. I'm just gonna ground it right here with this 6 gauge little pigtail here. Also, he said, I asked him if I needed to turn all this thing off, but when I wire all this up, and he's like, no, you should be good. And then he's like, well, I don't know, let me look. And then he never told me yes or no. So I'm just gonna shut down the whole system and then power it back up after I'm done wiring everything up. Hey, it's I just powered down the system and I am about to, so we're safe to work in here now. I'm gonna put line 1 and line 2 up here, the ground on the ground bar, the neutral on the neutral bar, and then also I'm gonna wire up this lightning arrestor to line 1 and line 2 and the ground, and then I have another line that's going to be grounding the neutral bar up top. Once that's all done, then I can flip the power back on. I mean, we're back in business. I just have to program the generator, the AGS, so the generator will start when I want it to start.
The diesel truck is here. Okay, let's go over there. Well, with everything going on in the world and who knows what's going on with gas prices. I mean, people probably do know, but it's going up, it's going down, it's all around. And we just want to be prepared. So we called out our oil company to come out and fill up our diesel gas tank so that we can have some gas during this winter. Not really sure what's going to happen this winter. So we want to be prepared. For the winter time.
Everything is wired back up. The power's still off, but everything's good. The lightning arrestor's on, neutral's there, ground's there. Line 1 and 2 are in. I should be able to turn this thing back on and be good. Moment of truth, ready, here we go. There she goes. Back on, power pump just came back on. We got power, good to go. I think we have to connect the battery on the generator. Check if there's any leaks in the propane line. All right, the battery's all hooked up. Everything's pretty much ready. I just reiterate what this is for. Like, we want to be off grid, so this is like a redundancy for our solar. So if our solar batteries get below a certain amount of volts, say there's no sunlight for a day or two, especially in the wintertime, which is why we're trying to get this thing up and running, this thing will just automatically kick on, and it runs off propane, and we have a 500-gallon tank of propane right here, and it'll just kick on, and I think it uses like a 1.7 gallons an hour at like 75% like RPM or whatever, or what the max is, and it's 14,000 watts. So I mean, it should take like maybe an hour and a half to charge our batteries from dead all the way up. It should last us a really long time, this tank and everything, and it's just kind of like a just in case power goes out. I mean, we're not going to have that problem anymore. It's just going to stay on.
We won't have to have 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, no more 2:30 in the morning wake up
running in your pajamas and muck boots
in the snow,
to take
right?
care of the power and frozen lines.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice just to have like a safety net if anything were to happen. We still have this. Anyway, we're gonna call IT and have them program it with us just to make sure everything's functioning correctly. So I think we're good. Okay. Do I need to click the breaker on the generator to program it?
No, you don't. No, not the breakers. No, to program it, you just have to have the inverter up, power, go with feed site home. You're gonna see utility, hot, neutral, and ground.
Yep, I got it right here. I'm looking right at it.
So that's what's gonna apply power to that circuit. Breaker's in the off position, correct, on the generator?
It's in the off, yes. It says emergency stop shutdown, like in the off, and the off thing is blinking red. Like, do I need to like do the just on the phone with IT again. Everything's wired correctly as of right now. I think he said the generator's probably flooded because it's like popping and it's not starting right now. I'm hoping that's what's wrong with it, so that we can be good and not have to like call support for this thing. It did start for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna let it sit for like 45 minutes to an hour and then come back and try to start it again. But it is, as far as like the functionality of it with the solar, it is all wired up correctly. I do have to do a little bit of voltage checking just to make sure all the volts are correct from 240 to 120. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing is good to go. It'll do us good in the winter here. Well, my wife thought it was a good idea to wear these tight pants to work with, and next thing you know, you can see part of her booty. It's so funny.
Stop down, get your eagle ball. What? It's cold out.
There you go. Put down one. There it is.
Oh, I don't see any eggs yet.
Oh, look at those lashes you got.
Yeah. They give me personality.
While you're stirring the compost out in the middle of nowhere,
Heck yeah.
you gotta show personality while you're out here by yourself.
Deal. You should see my bushy eyebrows. They're real personality too.
It is windy today. A storm is a-rolling in, guys.
Here it comes.
It's supposed to snow.
Next time I do the compost, I'm gonna get one of those ones that you just like hand crank.
What is that?
Like, sit and mix. Because I have a hard time getting to the very bottom of this.
Someone was saying they use a cement mixer.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, went and had lunch. Came back out, pressed the run button, started right up. Yes! So we are good to go. I'm just gonna check the voltage on a few things, make sure everything's wired up correctly, even though I think it is. I'm gonna check the voltage, make sure all the amps are, or the voltage is good. And then after that, I can button this thing up and it's ready to rock.
Says John, the drop can aid, wade, and float, and dive.
Good job. Don't put it in anything. So I've really been trying hard to pick these cats up and give them lovin's and then just wash my hands right afterwards. And I'm hoping that the allergies will start to go away. Fingers crossed. Aw, because you're so sweet. Such a sweet girl.
All right, guys. Well, we got the generator. We got the generator up and running. It's all programmed, ready to go. We still have to wire up one switch so that the hot or the cold weather package works.
Yes.
We'll do that probably in the next video or something.
We gotta run into town to do that.
Yeah, we need to get some wire.
We're trying really hard not to run into town.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna end this video in true life elevated off-grid fashion, me and Bubba are gonna go for a rip. Not like your pants, just for like a rip around the neighborhood.
You think you're so funny.
Anyways.
You're so funny, Bubba Bear.
Anyway, hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in a few days.
See you in a few days.